Medjugorje has been an urgent call, a voice whispering timeless advice to a world that often seems forgotten about true love and its purpose. This message can be a map for transforming our lives and the lives of those we love, offering clarity and a path to overcome challenges. This is precisely what we will discuss. Words that seem to have come to awaken and guide us, pointing to a future where faith and kindness flourish in each of us. Therefore, I want to extend an invitation to you. Begin by writing in the comments below the names of all the people and relatives who need a special prayer at this time, as we will add all of these names to our main prayer with the rosary, connecting their faith to all of us. The essence of these words, presented to us as a recent announcement of a special location abroad, which would have occurred on August 25, 2025, resonates as a profound recognition, beginning with calling us beloved and chosen children. This initial greeting is not a simple formality. It is a warm invitation that recognizes our innate capacity to love and respond to the divine. It means that, regardless of our flaws, fears, or doubts, we are seen as beings with a higher purpose, with a capacity to love God and, consequently, to love one another. It is a reminder that our faith, our choices, and the way we live our daily lives matter and are valued, bringing immediate comfort and a sense of belonging to a greater plan that seeks to welcome and guide us with unconditional kindness, a balm for souls who feel lost or forgotten. Within this message, which has generated great movement, there is a central and deeply meaningful request: the invitation to pray with all our hearts. But what does pray with all our hearts mean? It is not simply repeating memorized words or performing a ritual, but rather opening our soul, delivering our purest intentions, and allowing our prayer to become an act of surrender and true faith, moving us to desire that good and inspiring words be realized. This sincere prayer, permeated with devotion, is the driving force that drives us to seek the greater will, the one that yearns for our well-being and the balance of the world. It is the ardent desire to see the promises of hope, peace, and love realized in our lives and in the lives of all those who seek spirituality, transforming every thought and every word into an act of union with the sacred, so that the words of love and salvation reverberate in all directions, transforming every intention into a melody pleasing to the divine. And, complementing the prayer request, the message continues to encourage the practice of fasting and sacrifice for the love of God. Often, when we hear these words, we may think of deprivation and hardship, but the meaning here is much deeper. It is not punishment, but a gesture of love and detachment that allows us to focus on the essential, a sacrifice that aims to purify the soul and make room for spiritual growth. Fasting and sacrifice, done with a purpose of love, are acts of surrender that strengthen us, connect us more deeply with our faith, and make us more sensitive to the needs of others. They teach us to value what truly matters and to recognize the Creator's generosity, making us more effective instruments for goodness and charity in the world. A path of surrender that makes us grow in grace and wisdom, awakening us to a deeper understanding of life and divine love. The message also challenges us to something great: to be outstretched hands in a world that has perhaps forgotten the existence of the God of love. This image of outstretched hands is powerful. It's not just about pretty words, but about concrete action, gestures of kindness, compassion, and solidarity that manifest divine love in our daily lives. It's an invitation to be instruments of this love, offering help, comfort, and hope to those who need it most, be they family, friends, or complete strangers. Being an outstretched hand means going beyond our own needs and extending support, forgiveness, and understanding to those living in darkness, showing them the light of a love that welcomes, heals, and transforms. It is the living practice of faith that leads us to act with kindness and to be a reflection of the Creator's generosity. For those who responded to the call, the message spares no words of thanks. This expressed gratitude is not only a recognition of our efforts, but an encouragement to continue on the path of goodness. It reinforces the fact that every small prayer, every act of charity, every sacrifice made for the love of God, has immense value and does not go unnoticed. Feeling grateful for our response is an invitation to persist in faith, to not lose heart in the face of obstacles, and to remain steadfast in our life's purpose, knowing that our dedication makes a difference and contributes to a world more filled with peace, hope, and fraternity. This gratitude is a beacon that illuminates our path and drives us to continue growing spiritually, becoming agents of transformation and radiating divine light with every step we take, inspiring ourselves and others to live fully. Therefore, the core of all these words that reach us with such urgency is a profound invitation to action. It is not enough to simply listen to or agree with a message. We must incorporate it into our lives, transforming our days into a living testimony of faith, love, and compassion. We are called to be beacons of hope in a world crying out for meaning, to pray with an open heart, to make sacrifices that bring us closer to the divine, and to extend our hands to those most in need. This is not a solitary journey, but a call to walk together, strengthening our faith and love for others with each step, knowing that our unity in prayer and charity can move mountains, heal wounds, and transform hearts. In our daily lives, this message is reflected in the importance of the prayers we offer, the need to forgive wholeheartedly, to seek peace even in the midst of turmoil, and to foster conversion so that more people embrace faith. It is no coincidence that we are called to have greater faith. It is the foundation that sustains our hope and drives us to continue, regardless of the challenges. Like an internal compass, this faith guides us in our daily preaching, not just with words, but with the experience of a heart overflowing with love. Just as the messages invite us to deep reflection, each day we are encouraged to be outstretched hands, forgiving with our souls, seeking unceasing peace, and having a faith that moves mountains, crying out for more conversions and more hearts filled with true joy. And remember, every name, every intention, every person you love can be reached by this power. Therefore, once again I ask, write in the comments the names of all the people and relatives who need prayer right now, so that we can add all these names to our main prayer with a rosary, uniting our strength. Your opinion on this inspiring message is very important to us. Share in the comments what touched your heart most and how you believe these words can impact your life or that of someone you love. We would like to know how this reflection aligns with your spiritual journey. And if you felt this message brought new energy or a different light to your day, please leave a like, share this video with friends and family, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our future reflections and inspirations. May peace and love always be in your hearts.